Welcome back, vigilant viewers, to another episode of How to Avoid It. I'm your host, the cautious guide, navigating you through the shadows of uncertainty in today's complex world. In this episode, we delve deep into the realm of international travel and business, a venture where the stakes are high and the risks even higher. Today, we're unpacking what it takes to stay off the FBI radar, ensuring your travels and overseas dealings don't turn into a legal labyrinth. Whether you're a seasoned globetrotter or a budding entrepreneur crossing borders, knowing these tips can be your best defense against unexpected entanglements. So grab your notepad and let's dive into the world of international savvy and legal foresight. The FBI might still be watching. Hey there, Average Joe. You might think you're just another face in the crowd, but the reality is a bit more complex. Think you're too ordinary for the FBI to care? Think again. Even the most unassuming individuals can find themselves under the microscope. You don't need to be a Bond villain to pique their interest. Everyday activities can sometimes look suspicious if viewed from the wrong angle. The feds have their eyes peeled for all sorts of activity, and sometimes even the most mundane things can raise eyebrows. Think about it. A simple internet search or an unusual travel pattern could be enough to catch their attention. The FBI's job is to protect America, and that includes keeping tabs on anything that might pose a threat. They are constantly analyzing data and looking for patterns that might indicate something more sinister. So, while they're busy chasing down actual criminals, they're also keeping a watchful eye on the rest of us, just in case we accidentally stumble into something shady. It's a delicate balance between security and privacy. International travel and business dealings, those are prime examples of areas where regular folks can unwittingly trip over red tape and find themselves on the FBI's radar. A simple misunderstanding or a miscommunication can sometimes lead to unwanted attention. Now, don't panic just yet. It's important to stay calm and informed. We're not saying you should shred your passport and never leave the country again. Travel is a wonderful way to experience the world and broaden your horizons. But a little awareness goes a long way. Knowing what might attract attention can help you navigate your travels more smoothly. By understanding what might attract unwanted attention, you can avoid unnecessary scrutiny and travel the world with peace of mind. It's all about being prepared and informed. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how your international escapades might be raising those FBI eyebrows. Stay tuned and let's explore this fascinating topic together. Money. The root of all, well, you know the saying. It's no secret that financial transactions, especially those crossing international borders, are closely monitored. Why? Because they can be potential red flags for money laundering, terrorism financing, or other illegal activities. Let's say you're sending a large sum of money overseas. Maybe you're helping family, investing in a foreign business, or simply buying a charming villa in Tuscany. Perfectly legitimate reasons, right? But to the watchful eyes of financial institutions, and by extension the FBI, these transactions might look suspicious. The amount itself doesn't have to be in the millions to raise eyebrows. Frequent smaller transactions, especially if they seem out of character with your usual banking activity, can also trigger alarm bells. The destination of the funds matters too. Transferring money to certain countries known for high levels of corruption or criminal activity, you bet that'll get flagged. We get it, you're a citizen of the world. You yearn to explore exotic locales, immerse yourself in different cultures, and rack up those passport stamps. The thrill of discovering new places and meeting new people is unmatched. However, in the eyes of security agencies, frequent travel to certain destinations might paint a different picture. They may start to wonder about the true purpose behind your journeys. Now, we're not talking about a quick jaunt to Paris or a relaxing beach vacation in Bali. Those are generally seen as safe and typical tourist destinations. We're talking about repeated trips to regions known for political instability, conflict zones, or havens for criminal activity. These are the places that raise red flags. Think about it. Why would someone constantly visit these high-risk areas? What could be the motivation behind such frequent visits? Are they involved in something shady? Perhaps engaging in activities that are best kept in the shadows, providing material support to dangerous groups, or maybe transporting illicit goods. These are the questions that might pop up in the minds of those tasked with national security. They have to consider all possibilities to keep the country safe. Again, we're not saying you should ditch your adventurous spirit altogether. Adventure is a part of life and should be embraced. But if your travel itinerary looks like a wish list of global hotspots for espionage and intrigue, don't be surprised if you find yourself facing a few extra questions at the border. It's all about balancing your wanderlust with a bit of caution. Having multiple passports might seem like a luxury, a ticket to seamless global travel and exciting opportunities, and for the most part it is. But it's also a double-edged sword when it comes to attracting unwanted attention. See, while dual citizenship is perfectly legal, using multiple passports or switching between them frequently can raise red flags. Are you trying to hide something, evade taxes? Or worse, engage in activities that might compromise national security? Imagine this. You enter a country using one passport, then leave using another. To authorities, this might seem like an attempt to obfuscate your travel history, making it difficult to track your movements. Not exactly the best way to inspire trust, right? The key here is transparency. If you have dual citizenship or use multiple passports, be upfront about it. Provide all necessary documentation, explain your reasons for traveling with each passport, and avoid any behavior that might be perceived as suspicious. Section 5. Unintentionally breaking the law, violating U.S. sanctions without knowing. Here's a scary thought. You could be breaking the law without even realizing it. The United States imposes sanctions on certain countries, individuals, and organizations deemed threats to national security or foreign policy interests. These sanctions restrict various activities such as financial transactions, trade, and travel. Now, keeping up with these ever-changing sanctions lists can feel like a full-time job. You might unknowingly engage in a business deal with a blacklisted company, send money to a sanctioned individual, or even travel to a restricted country. Ignorance is not a valid defense in the eyes of the law. So how do you avoid accidentally becoming an international criminal mastermind? Simple. Do your homework. Before engaging in any overseas transactions or collaborations, thoroughly research the parties involved and ensure they're not subject to U.S. sanctions. Guilty by association, the danger of blacklisted business partners. The company you keep can say a lot about you, especially in the world of international business. Your reputation and credibility are often judged by the partners you choose to associate with. Partnering with the wrong people can land you in hot water faster than you can say sanctions violation. The consequences can be severe and far-reaching. Imagine this. You're about to close a lucrative deal with a foreign company. The terms are favorable, and the potential profits are immense. Everything seems above board, but unbeknownst to you, this company has ties to organized crime, terrorist groups, or other unsavory characters. These hidden connections can spell disaster for your business. By associating with them, you become guilty by association. Even if you were completely unaware of their illicit activities, your ignorance won't protect you from the fallout. The FBI takes a dim view of such partnerships. They are vigilant and proactive in investigating suspicious business relationships. They might interpret your involvement as knowingly aiding and abetting illegal activities, leading to investigations, asset seizures, and even criminal charges. The legal and financial repercussions can be devastating. The takeaway? Thoroughly vet your business partners, especially those operating in high-risk industries or regions with a history of corruption. Due diligence is not just a formality, it's a necessity. Conduct background checks, verify their legitimacy, and ensure their operations align with ethical and legal standards. Protect your business by being vigilant and informed. Playing it safe due diligence for international business. Navigating the complex world of international business requires more than just a killer instinct and a knack for negotiation. It demands a healthy dose of caution and a commitment to due diligence. Think of it like this. Before you jump into the deep end of the pool, you want to make sure there's water in it, right? The same principle applies to international business dealings. Don't dive headfirst into agreements without thoroughly assessing the risks involved. This means conducting comprehensive research on potential partners, understanding the legal and regulatory landscape of the countries you're dealing with, and ensuring all your transactions are transparent and well documented. And remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. A little extra effort up front can save you from a world of trouble down the line. The allure and peril of shady finances, avoiding risky banking and crypto. The allure of quick riches and secret transactions can be tempting, but dabbling in shady financial practices is like playing with fire. You might get burned. We're talking about things like using offshore accounts to hide assets, engaging in money laundering schemes, or dealing with unregulated cryptocurrency platforms. These activities scream suspicious to financial authorities, and you guessed it, the FBI. Remember, the world of finance is not a spy movie. There's no such thing as truly anonymous transactions. Every move you make leaves a digital trail, and those tasked with upholding the law have sophisticated tools to follow that trail right back to you. So what's the takeaway? Keep your financial dealings squeaky clean. Use reputable banks. Avoid suspicious money transfers and steer clear of get-rich-quick schemes that promise unrealistic returns. Trust us, your future self will thank you. Stay informed, stay safe. The importance of awareness. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of this crash course in avoiding unwanted attention from the FBI. You're now armed with the knowledge to navigate the world of international travel and business with a little more awareness and a lot less risk. Remember, it's not about living in fear or becoming a recluse who avoids all contact with the outside world. It's about being smart, informed, and proactive in safeguarding yourself from potential pitfalls. Stay curious, ask questions, and always err on the side of caution. By doing so, you can enjoy the benefits of global engagement while minimizing the chances of ending up on the wrong side of the law. Safe travels, and remember, knowledge is your best defense.